guys from the MRC in the Infinity season of, well, this is season 10, and these are the boys from League 2A, and I'll go through the grid. And on pole we have Pirate Jim in the Mercedes. In second we have Wiz in the Genesis. In third we have Wacky Racer in the Porsche. In fourth we have the other Mercedes of Mark Schumacher. In fifth we have Brucey in the Lexus. In sixth place we have Infinity James in the other Genesis. In seventh we have Phil in the McLaren. In eighth we have Scott in the Toyota. Let me go to the side. Oh, okay. And in ninth place, we have Staffy in the other Toyota. So side by side for them too. In 10th we have Gary in the McLaren. In 11th we have Golden Brownie in the Lexus. In 12th place we have Ice Chand in the Nissan. In 13th we have Infinity Graphics in the Porsche. And in 14th place we have Surfer Ev in the Nissan. Right, so let's go all the way to there. Just quickly make sure that I can hear myself. If my phone wants to work. Clearly not. Right, give me a second, guys. Just make sure. Yeah, cool. Let's pause that. Right. So we are racing at Dragon Trail Seaside. Obviously this is a sprint race, and then we're followed by the feature race. The first sprint race is supposed to be 15 minutes, but the host for the night got it wrong, and it is actually a 20-minute race. The feature race is a 40-minute race, but we'll get to that after this one. Alright, so let's get these guys underway. Jump to the front of the pack and see how they all get down to turn 1. Looks like Scott there in the middle got a decent start, but Pirate Jim and Wiz are going down, nearly side by side into turn 1, but I think Wiz will just probably slot in behind. Let's see any other racing action. Oh, who's that? Surfer Ev. What happened to Surfer Ev there? Jump on board. Doors up the inside. Squeezes Golden Brownie. I don't think Golden Brownie really had anywhere else to go with Gary on the inside of him, but Golden Brownie looks to pull over to let Surfer go through for causing an incident, so let's go back trackside. So Pirate Jim followed by Wiz, Mark and Brucey's made up a position of Wacky Racer. So we should see how they get on. They seem to be pulling away a little bit from Wacky, but Wacky's got Scott, who's playing up the field a little bit there, I believe, from the start. And running side by side with Infinity James into the hairpin. But let's see who can make it through the depth chicane for the first time. Let's have a look. Seems to be... Oh, Scott's got it wrong. Gets smashed by his teammate Staffy. Let's see how Scott got that wrong going through there. Jump on board. Got a bit of aero wash from Infinity James, I would guess. And smashed an invisible wall, apparently. He's miles away from the apex, so not really sure how that one happened, but front and rear end damage there. should be safe from Ice Chan. It doesn't look like it. So Ice Chan's going to move up the inside there. Jump back up to the front. So Pirate Jim goes across the line first with Wiz fairly close behind and Mark not far behind as well. Obviously a little bit under attack from the Wacky Racer, and the Wacky Racer exits the stage left. Did he just get on the power too early? Goes for the move, but no one behind him. Oh, hits the curbs. That'd be what happens there. Gets on the curb too much and it will just spit the back end around. So that's dropped Wacky all the way to the back of the pack. Let's jump back up to where I was with Brucey. So it's left Brucey a little bit of a gap behind now, which will a bit sigh of relief, but Infinity James and the Genesis will probably catch up fairly quickly. You know what that car's like in the Group 3s. It's the well, it was the OP car before the nerf the day before. So no, it wasn't. No, sorry, the update was a couple of days after. I'm getting my days mixed up, or when this race happened. Phil following closely behind James there. Staffy a little bit on his own behind Phil, but ahead of Infinity Graphics. There hasn't any yellow flags pop up yet. I think everyone else is going to get through cleanly. Yeah, everyone gets through that too, cleanly through the Death Chicane. Rocky's got a little bit of catching up now to the back of Golden Brownie. So, ooh, Surfers, too much in the power coming into the last corner there. Let Golden Brownie slip past him. Off the line we go. Start lap 3. And Scott will probably just trying to make up for the obviously weird incident in the Death Chicane. Probably could have been Ping, and who was that going off? Gary. It's all happening this race. They're all touching the curbs and the walls and chopping themselves back places, which is not going to be good for the future race, because that will they start that race how they finish this one. So ideally you want to be as high up in the field as you can get. And it's still carrying damage, and Wacky Race is going to try and go around the outside. Brave move as they come down to the hairpin for the third time. Wacky seems to have sealed that position. Is he going to keep it nice and tight? Okay, we're not going to get the old switcheroo coming out of there. So, right. Pirate Jim still got Wiz chasing his tail. There's that tiny bit of a gap since we last were with him, but it's like the top 4 or 5 slowly spreading out. Not so much action going up between them 5, but as I say, it will be probably getting themselves prepped for race 2, which will, as I said, will be the 40-minute race. Staffy, Infinity Graphics behind, a little bit under a threat from Ice. Well, Ice to be able to do anything about it. I know the Porsche isn't the fastest thing in a straight line, but it's decent coming out the corners. I think it's the opposite for the Nissan of Ice behind. So as you can see there, Infinity being able to fill out the gap through the twisty section of this track. Ice not being able to do much about it, so Ice will probably start catching up down this straight, and as we move round further down the lap to the start finish line, he'll probably slowly catch up, because it is a faster sector than the beginning of the lap. It's down over yellow, it seems everyone's behaving themselves going through the chicane at the moment. A little bit spread out between the guys. Gary seems to probably a bit twitchy, but gets through clean. No incidents, so you're fine there. And yeah, Gary must have had another incident, I feel, after Raki had got past him, so he may have hit the chicane last lap round. So he must have missed that. Pilot Jim sitting on a 1:37.2 and Wiz time 1:37.8, so 6/10 that lap that Jim pulled out over Wiz. Just trying to try and break that slipstream a little bit, not help Wiz out as much as he was for the first couple of laps. The two Mercedes boys, first and third at the moment, do know that the car is very strong on faster circuits. That's got a good top end. Finney James, sorry, he's got past Brucey. Must have happened earlier in the lap. It must have probably happened on the first corner, to be fair. About the same amount of lap time. Oh, lovely there. Power slide there from James. Coming out of the depth chicane. Not going to help the tyres any good, but 20-minute race shouldn't really come into it at all. Brucey now under a little bit of effect from Phil, who's going to be tucked up right behind him. Let's jump on board with Phil and see if he'll be able to make the move on Brucey. Coming up to the first chicane, he darts to the right. Power's past, you can see there in the mirror, Brucey tucked in behind. So Brucey's happy to concede that position for the time being. Still got 11 and a bit minutes to go anyway. So Phil is now going to be on the charge of James up ahead. Brucey will stick behind and try and capitalise on Phil catching up to James, and there you go, purple sector for Phil. So I think McLaren's definitely got some poke about it, going down the straights. So yeah, Brucey's sticking with Phil fairly well here. The Titan 60 section, seeing it's a beast of a car, is the old Lexus for weight. Coming around again to the depth chicane, purple sector again for Phil, so really catching up to James. And looks like James got a bit wrong there through there, so potentially Phil can get past him. Looks like he has. Coming to the last corner, 180-degree hairpin. Brucey there going for a dive up the inside of James. I think got power on too early and got it a bit squirrely. Does Phil set a purple lap? No, he doesn't. He loses about 3/10 in that last sector due to probably James getting the chicane wrong. But the front three have broken away a little bit from these three. Then we jump back, what's the camera doing? There we go. To Staffy and Infinity Graphics, until they look back with themselves. Ice seems a little bit on his own, but Golden Brown is not too far, second and a half or so behind him. Back the racer following Golden, so sticking with him as well. Scott must have had another incident himself, back down in 13th. He was running in about 10th, 11th or 10th. After his chicane death, and lap 1, lap 1. So since we had another death on that chicane, whilst I was following the boys up front, and Gary seems to not know the click so far with this track, but probably a strategy for the next race he's already got planned out. start from the back and work his way through the field for the race. Golden Brownie has got damage. I've just seen him drop down the field. How did Golden Brownie do it? Just trying to come on board. Oh, didn't want to turn in too early. And then turned in too late. That's the death chicane for you. You've got to have the confidence to go through it. Scott will probably go for the move up the inside. A little bit of a love tap, but I don't think Golden can really do much about it with the damage that he's got. But sits straight in behind Scott to go across the line for the 7th time. And this battle is kind of all through the field at the moment. They did spread out for a lap or two, but Jim is pulling away from Wiz. So that time we've got 4 or 5 seconds difference there. So Wiz is at 1:39 and 37. So Wiz potentially, as I say again, death chicane, strikes again, and just allowed Pirate Jim to pull away. But it does mean that Wiz has got Mark fairly close behind him. Any little mistake and Mark will probably end up going through. Let's stick with Wiz, see if he gets the chicane right this time. Cut all the curves you can. Yeah, looks like he does this time. Still a bit screwed. That Genesis clearly doesn't like curves going through there, because even James is a bit squirrely going through there. Still ahead of James at the moment. She's just dropped back off after being overtaken by Phil, and power slide's coming out in the corner there. And gonna let Staffy catch up a little bit due to that power slide from Brucey. And we've got he's got the tops. Well, apart from Pirate Jim, you've got the top 7 fairly close together, and then you've got then 8th to 13th all in another kind of battle to themselves. There's not much between them, but Scotland. Yeah, Scotland Surfer's going wide. Does he catch it? He catches it. Scott kind of helped him around the corner, kind of bundles him out of the way. But nice save there from Surfer to not absolutely lose the car, and I don't think Scott really had much more to do to avoid it. He does drop Surfer into the clutches of Golden Brownie. Oh, Scott, what's Scott doing? Coming over the top of the hill. He's got just that concentration. Did he oversteer wide on the exit of this corner here? Oh, gets onto the inside curb. Tries to save it. Luckily the walls aren't too far away. It does mean that Surfer's going to come through. Or will Scott defend it? No, they both run deep. Oh, we're going 3 wide. Don't think that's very good, but now they've straightened themselves out. So Golden Brownie there through just lack of being in the right place. He's going 2 positions over Surfer and Scott. Don't think that brings Gary into it not much at the moment. So yeah, Scott's having not the greatest of races. It's not just the death chicane that will kill you. It could be anywhere on the track. But it's good to see them all still fighting for 11th place, really. So they're not just giving up because they're down the back of the field, and Surfer's going for a move on Golden Brownie. What you can do, we're going to go side by side up to the next right-hander, so Golden Brownie should have the advantage here, but got to give racing room. A little bit of a bump, but I think Scott's just going to sit there and wait patiently. see if anything comes towards him. There's much he can do through this sector of the track. Just going to sit behind. I will jump to the front in a second to see if anything happens between these three boys, because they're still racing hard. Surfer tries to go around the outside again. Golden's got to give him racing room on the exit, and power down early, but going side by side again into the death chicane. I think Surfer's going to have to back out. He does. Through they go. Right, so let's quickly jump back up. So we've got the two Porsche boys for 9th and 10th. Mark's had an incident, and who was that? That was Infinity Graphics. What was Infinity doing coming out of this corner? Powered out too early. Power slide. Oh, that's a lovely crash. Absolutely marvellous. And if he'd carried on going, he'd have gone in the pits. And that's going to drop him back down to 13th, so not the end of the race that Infinity would want. All these two going for it again. Surfer's going to go for the outside this time, see if it will work. Into turn 1. Golden Brownie blocks it off, gets the power slide coming out. Scott's got past Surfer. Looks like he's going to try and get past Golden Brownie. Golden Brownie slips in behind. Ooh, too much curve, probably not being able to see his apex. Surfer's going to try and go around the outside. Looks like he's just going to slip in behind. Let's quickly jump back up. I got distracted by Infinity Graphics crashing coming at the last corner. So Pirate Jim kind of walked away with it this race. With 2.5 minutes to go. He's there. He's got a nice little gap over his teammate James. You see there, going through the chicane and holding 4th position. So he's got past Phil as well. Obviously Phil must have potentially had a little issue. Yeah, 1:45. There we go. About 9. He's just had a quiet race, but he's been putting in the 1:38 every lap, so shows well, apart from that lap, but yeah, very consistent. I just said 10 laps that he had so far, so no incidents to write home about. Oh, Phil's got past Brucey. How did that happen? I was paying too much attention to Staffy. Goes for the dive up the inside, makes it stick. Brucey's got nowhere to go on the exit. So will Brucey stick behind Phil? Looks like he will. It does bring Staffy right into play. With Phil kind of parking Brucey in the middle of the corner. Mark's not far behind, he'll pick up any mistakes that happen to the 3 in front of him. Ice has got Wacky behind him as well, so there's still a few battles to go, and we've got less than a minute left of the timer to go. Scott pulled away from Golden Brownie and the Surfer, but these two are still battling at it. I think this is lap 3 of them battling. Fighting for every apex they can make. Will Surfer try for a little cutback? I think he does, but Golden Brownie pucks on the apex. Not much the Surfer can do. And we've got Graphics and Gary. Gary's been setting some decent lap times to catch up to the back of Surfer and Golden. Wacky's dropping down the field. Did Wacky smash the wall? Oh, a bit too early there. Let's have a look behind ice. Does he clip the barrier? First one or the second one? Oh no, just the curbs. Curb sent him flying. These curves are a nightmare. You get a tiny bit too much on them and they will spit you out. So that does promote Scott, Golden and Surf at upper position. Will graphics get past his teammate? Will Gary get past Wacky? Looks like he will, so let's jump to, because now the 20 minutes is over. Who's the first one to come across the line? It will be Scott to finish in 9th, Golden 10th, Surfer 11th, Infinity 12th, Gary 13th and Wacky 14th. So that's the back part of the field across the line after the 20 minutes of racing. But Pirate Jim, look at them lap times, 37s across the board with the fastest lap of 37 at 1:43. Yeah, I think if you like the track, it's a decent car and you don't mess up the chicane, yeah, you can do pretty good lap times with it seems. But Wiz has stayed in second for the majority, the entire race to be fair. Every time I've jumped him he's always been in second, but James has a bit of an up and down, but he's going to be coming home as long as he gets around the last corner in third. Still gets through the chicane. Oh, Brucey smacks the wall on the exit for that lead mark to get across him. I will rewind the tape in a second. It does. So let's go back and jump up to Pirate Jim. So after to win the sprint race around Dragon Trail, Jim comes across the line in first position, followed not too far behind, but Wiz does come along the line in second, with his teammate James coming across the line in third. Phil will come across in fourth, Staffy fifth, Mark sixth, Brucey seventh, and Ice in eighth. So that is the sprint race finished, and whilst I do that I'm just going to put it on mute and have a quick drink whilst I'm jumping. Right, so let's just quickly load this one up, and obviously this is race 2, which is the feature race, which will be a 40-minute race. They will start in the positions that they have just finished the sprint, so I'm not going to worry about running through the field because I've just kind of done that at the end of the last race. So as I say, it'll be 40 minutes. Let me just get the information up, and let's go from the front again. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go at Dragon Trail Seaside for the second time of asking. Pirate Jim again, heading down to the first corner. Looks like he's going to stay in first. He will. Wiz comes along in second, Staffy is in third, and there's a big pile up. I don't know who that was going left, but they're going 2-3 wide coming into the kink there, but they will still seem to get through cleanly. No real, a few bumps and bruises, but nothing too bad I can see so far. The Brucey's dropped, Brucey looks like he will drop down a place from 7th, which he finished in the last race. Let's jump up. Mark looks like he's going for a move on James, which looks like he's going to get completed. Just slips in behind Staffy in the 4th position there. So with everyone being so close again, let's see if everyone gets through the chicane fine. Oh no, let me jump back to Phil. Phil's the culprit the first time round. Oh no, It was James, I believe. I think James got it wrong and Phil had nowhere to go on the exit. Taps the ball. Yeah, Phil had kind of nowhere to go. James was slow through it. And it ended up putting Phil into the wall. Put that down more to a racing incident, especially being lap 1 with everyone being so close. And obviously not really much James could do to avoid Phil from hitting him in the side when he was pretty much on the barrier. It does drop James down from starting 3rd position down to 8th, so got a long way to go in the race, but still make it up to where he was at the start. At Surfer, started in, I think it was 10th position, no, 11th position. 4 positions to 7th, so doing really well at the beginning of the feature race. And let's just jump up to see how far it's on that map. Pirate Jim has pulled out a mighty lead after a lap and a half. He's got about 2.5, maybe 3 seconds gap already. So he's definitely not messing about for this race. He's got his eye in from the first race and just carrying that performance on for this one. And for the feature race, there is a mandatory tyre change. You have to run 2 separate compounds. So you can run the softs and the mediums, or softs and hards, however way you want to do it. You have to run 2 separate tyre compounds, obviously minimum of 3 laps, and no red tyres. So I think it's when you get to a red tyre, you can finish the lap you are on, and then you have to hit the next lap, just so that then you're not causing an issue for anyone else out there by slipping and sliding all over the track. Right, Ice Chad will have a look at Stuffy into turn 1, technically turn 2 because there is a little kink, but I'm sure everyone calls this one turn 1, turn 2. Brucey getting sideways, but nope, it was James getting sideways. Was it James? No, where's James? There's James. Yeah, it looks like James got it a bit sideways. Yeah, Brucey did get it sideways, I wasn't wrong. Yeah, just couldn't get the put the power down on too early and lit the rear wheels up. That's dropped James back down to 10th position now, so not the greatest of starts that James would have wanted for the feature race. And there are more points for the feature than there are the sprint. I believe it's only the top 10 for the sprint got points. Infinity Graphics in 11th, Phil 12th, and Wacky and Golden in 13th and 14th. So Golden's not the greatest of starts either. Started 10th, took down to 14th. Well, she can go, you can't go any lower than 14th in this race. So it was trying to keep up with Wacky, who is on the mediums and Golden's on the softs, so Golden should be able to make like work of Wacky, but at the moment it doesn't look like he's going to do much. And you can see on the track map in the top right how far these 3 are behind the rest of the pack. I think it's these 3 anyway. Yeah, Infinity Graphics back of the main pack. So they've all had incidents somewhere through the Death game, because that's the most prone part of the track to have an incident on, even though James has shown us other parts of the track as well from the previous lap. So just a quick left back to the field. I think 2nd, 3rd and 4th are evenly spaced out, obviously miles behind the Pirate Jim at the moment with 38.4, so yeah, as you know, hasn't got set in the blazing times he was in the last race with the 37s, but I'm sure it's a little bit sunnier, so the track's a bit stickier and not been able to potentially get as much horses down on the onto the tarmac as he would like. He's just up into the 38s. Jim's done 2 laps in the 38s, so marking 3rd there. I'm still in 4th, so I was doing good this race. Ooh, this is going to look a bit tasty through the chicane here. Brucey right up behind Staffy. Staffy gets it wrong. And he absolutely bins it into the wall. Luckily, I don't know how Brucey missed him there. That has dropped Staffy all the way down from 5th position down to 10th. Not what he would have wanted. Through the chicane, still carrying a heavy damage. Up to the start-finish line. But that has promoted Brucey now up into 5th position. So I think the PD gods for ghosting in this game, because I do believe there was a little bit of ghosting there for Brucey to get through Staffy on the chicane, but Surfer's just going to sit there behind at the moment, just probably protect the tyres and the fuel. Look out a bit more of the time, but so it's a purple sector in 1. So still pushing. Gary, Graphics and James all together here. Staffy and Scott, the 2 Supra boys, coming down to the hairpin. Scott going to try and go for the switchback. Doesn't look like he does. He's going to sit there behind his teammate and just follow each other through. Let's see if these 3 get through. Very close. Yeah, Genesis definitely likes to get twitchy coming through the chicane, that's for sure. It's not going to do any good for the tyres. But yeah, the 2 Super Boys get through cleanly. Phil, Wacky and Golden bringing up the rear. And obviously with everyone else making little mistakes, it's slowly bringing them back into the mix of the race. There we go, Jim's got into the 37s. He's finally clicked into gear. And he's pulled out, 1 second of time. He's pulled out about a 5-second lead over Wiz in 5 laps. So, absolutely remarkable stuff there from Jim. But Mark seems to have caught up to the back of Wiz a little there, so going to be under attack. Don't see coming into this hairpin, so to stay with them and see. With Mark just going to sit behind and wait. Looks like he's just going to sit there and wait. A bit too far behind to go for a move. That's there, just off the back of them 2. But he's got his teammate Surfer behind him. So the 2 Nissan boys running 4th and 5th at the moment. Through there and nicely. Graphics. Oh, James is through, is he? Oh, Gary's lost it again. No, it's Phil, sorry, because they're both in the same car. Phil lost it, so obviously the McLaren clearly doesn't make it through the chicane as well. Brucey seems to have gone from, I think it's 5th down to 8th. Since I've knocked back there at some point, and the 5th lap looking at the timings. So Staffy, only a lap before spinning it just in front of Brucey, is now just behind Brucey. Oh no, Brucey is facing the wrong way. Just saw that from the bottom of the screen. I'm guessing you're going to hit the curb on the inside here. No, just power slide yourself round. Ship it in reverse, get off the racing line, and then give yourself some rear damage at the same time. But Brucey's not had the greatest of couple of laps there. He's gone from 5th down to 13th, and now just in front of his teammate Golden Brownie. So the Lexus boys not doing too good in the feature race today. But we still do have just under 30 minutes left of the race, so let's see if they can pull any miracles out for the remainder of the race. Here we go, he's tossing in with the two Super Boys. Going side by side, mate, they line themselves up. And we get through there. The Red Helicopter loves to get nice and low going through that part. Graphics getting sideways coming out of the last corner. But James has worked his way up to 7th. Obviously there's other people getting it wrong in certain different areas of the track, so he's working his way back up to where he started, slowly but surely. Where's Surfer? There was Surfer a second ago. Did he do the same thing as Brucey? Let's have a look. Oh, he got the power on too early, he gone left this time. Oh, okay. So I did think I wanted to go circle with where the camera wasn't moving, so Surfer's binned it from 5th position to 7th. Will Staffy be able to get past him? I don't think he will. Back up and running in time. So he loses another position. As I say, don't have to promote James back up to 6th position. Another 3 more to go. It's back up to where he started. This has been overtaken by Mark. Looks like probably lap time wise it was the last lap that happened. 2-second difference, so yeah, that now can put the two Mercedes boys in 1st and 2nd. So team back in Germany are going to be very happy about that. Genesis was in 3rd. I'm not too worried about Mark getting ahead. He's still got a long ways to go. But I will run through the pack. So we have Jim in 1st, Mark in 2nd, Liz in 3rd, Iceland 4th, Infinity Graphics in 5th, and then Infinity James in 6th. Surfer in 7th, Staffy 8th, Scott 9th, Phil 10th, Gary in 11th, Wacky in 12th, Brucey in 13th, and Golden Brownie in 14th. That's all your guys currently after 14 minutes of racing. So we'll see how they all end up in 26 minutes time. But it does seem that everyone has just at the front spread out a little bit. James up behind Graphics at the moment. I don't think there's much he can do. I think that Genesis takes. Well, he's going to need one of the old drag car parachutes to stop that car and look into the corners. But the fuel on that Porsche is running out. We've got one. Oh, Graphics hits the wall. James had nothing he could do about that. Let's jump back on with James and see it from behind. So there's anything that he could do. That's the camera I want. Nope, absolutely nothing that James could do right there. And then he's facing the wrong way as the cars are coming towards him. Luckily he's ghosted. I think it was Phil that went through him. Bushi just goes round the outside, so that's dropped James all the way from, I think it was 5th position, down to last position, which is not going to be very good for him. He's done quite well to get back up to where he was. I think it was 5th. He was just behind graphics. No, graphics was, obviously he got caught as well, so yeah, graphics was 4th, I believe, and I think it's 5th. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, so he got himself near to the front of the pack, and then no fault of his own, graphics has parked it on the exit, and James had nowhere to go. But it has dropped graphics right behind Surfer, in a battle with Staffy and Scott. Let's see what the, I think it's the only one I've seen flashing. Oh no, the Pirate Jim is nearly out of fuel, so he should be coming into pit this lap. He's not going to get another lap of fuel out of that tank, that's for sure. Let's just see if he does. Does he get it in the white line? It's the horrible, horrible pit entry. White line comes so far down to the exit of the corner. Mark's going to push it for another lap. Quite surprised on that. So does Wiz. Ice will as well. I'm not sure if Surfer will or not, but I'm sure graphics will have to. Oh, I think graphics is going to get a 3-second penalty there. We'll have a look at that when he comes out of the pit. So, going through the pit circles. Pirate Jim's in. Oh, Brucey's in. Golden's in. And Phil. So that's 5 people come into the pit. And where's Pirate Jim? Let's find where Pirate Jim is. He's just come out behind Infinity Graphics. Shows you how far out in the front he was. The last based person is only now just in front of Pirate Jim after a pit stop. So getting no incidents at all, just keeping it clean has definitely paid off. So Infinity Graphics, he did get a 3-second penalty for that pit entry. He was over the white line. But I'll try and change to the medium tyres. I'm guessing Jim did as well. Yep. I do believe a lot of people will be on the mediums. Phil's gone to the softs. You need to warm them up before you can push them that hard, Phil, because you're going to get dirty on the tyres. Running wide out of turn 2. Not the best thing to be doing. There we go, Mark has come into the pit. Ice will go for another lap, and just Wiz on. Wiz will probably go for just one more lap. Surfer was flashing last time round. He comes in with Scott right behind him. Staffy comes in. Gary will probably pick up a penalty for that pit entry. It's a horrible pit entry. Waffy's been saving loads of fuel. Not even flashing at him yet. So I do believe that Ice and Wiz will be coming in this lap. Everyone else is in the pit, so let's see how they all come out. Infinity James is in the pit now as well. But Pirate Jim, I know it says he's in 4th, but he is predicted to be in 1st when everyone makes their pit. Mark comes out in 5th position, so net P2. We'll see with Wiz and Ice. I'm not 100% if they're going to be coming out in front of him or behind, because they were all running fairly close to each other, depending on how good their in-lap and out-lap is, and see how much fuel they all take on. So with the pits happening, it's kind of put everyone in different parts of the racetrack. It's hard to know exactly where everyone is until they've all made their pits, which will be either this lap or next lap. So Wiz, Ice and Wacky. There we go, Wiz into the pit now. But Surfer's just ahead of Scott, so they both changed tyres, but Surf is on the mediums and Scott's on the softs, so Scott will have a better grip really getting going into the chicane of death. Wacky comes into the pit as well. I thought he was going to go for another lap. Tyres must have burnt out too much. So if he gets a bit squirrely, but keeps it in a straight line. Graphics get past ahead of him. Yeah, Gary did pick up a penalty, he just served it. I wondered why he was going slow in the background. And James has put himself up to 11th position through the pit stop strategy, so he's working away from last to 11th at the moment, so he's got pace. It's just a few errors throughout the race has cost him potentially some decent points, but we still have 20 minutes left of the race to go, so see where he ends up. Going back here in 12th, Cruci and Golden still running around at the back of the pack, so a bit too much curb going into that corner and couldn't get it stopped in the next one. But what I will do is park in those round 2 start finish line. I will do a lap of the track for everyone to watch. Just watch and see if anyone else gets it wrong through the chicane. Okay, so right, let's jump up with Pirate Jim. Jump on board and take you for a lap of Dragon Trail ski side. Come up first corner, left right chicane, up a little bit of a hill, kind of blind exit over the crest, kink there, too much money that the right hander here, you might end up having to just flip the throttle into a 90-degree right, back up the hill, then drop down, and then you've got the left, right, left, up the hill, which when you get it right is a nice feeling. If you touch one of these curves, or you get a bit too far over to one of these curves, it pulls you in and then spits you out. Now to the crest of the hill, and back down again to the hairpin bottom here to the right. It opens up quite nicely, and then you've got double chicane, left, and then there's death chicane if you get it wrong. Death is coming for you. You've got to blitz it down here to the last corner, another hairpin right, which is a lot slower than you really do think, and then back up the hill to come across the start finish line for the 14th time. Thank you, Jim, for the lap of Seaside. And go back to the action. Wiz has he got ahead of Mark? I cannot remember. I think through the pit stop strategy, Wiz has made his way back past Mark. So it did pay off coming in, I think a couple of laps later. Didn't have to put as much fuel in. So he's leapfrogged back ahead of Mark. Ice is keeping them honest there in 4th position. Scott there, he's made his way through past Stacky, Wacky and Infinity Graphics over the last couple of laps. So he's got a long way to go now to pull up to the back of Ice, Mark and Wiz. So the two Porsche boys here running 6th and 7th. Technically they're in a super sandwich. the two Porsche boys, but Staffy is under pressure from Surfer, Gary and James not far behind. So could Gary get a better drive coming at the bottom of the hill? We did, but not long enough straight to capitalise on it before the chicane. Good save there, Gary. That was a very good save. He could have easily have ended up in the wall and taken someone else out, but nicely caught. Brucey there in the 13th, not able to make any ground up on the group ahead, and Golden Brownie's really dropped off the back. Most obviously had a instant, looks at that 13 at 155, so probably hit the chicane, got some damage, and I was just gonna probably sit there till the end of the race and just take the points, forget about the week and move on to the next round. Pirate Jim has got a decent lead, 1 minute to 51, so he's got 9 seconds over Wiz at the moment, but Pirate is on medium tyres and Wiz is on the softs, so they're doing the opposite way round strategy. Let's see which one pays off. Obviously Wiz has gone purple for sector 2, so he's definitely pushing to try and catch that gap back up to Pirate Jim, which means he is pulling away from Mark at the moment, because these three were fairly close to each other and seems to be within like 1 or 2 laps. They've spread out a couple of seconds from each other. Wiz is definitely pulled away. It was Wiz's lap time. Fastest of the race at 37.4, and Mark's was at 39.8, so 2.4 seconds in 1 lap there from Wiz over Mark. And Scott doesn't seem to be able to pull away too much from, I think the graphics, but 38.2, 38.2, 38.3, 38.4, so barely anything in it between Scott and graphics at the moment. Obviously, wacky racer there, just sticking with his teammate, not going to do anything stupid. It's getting very close to him coming out of that corner up the hill, and the graphics pulls aside to let his teammate past. He feels that Wacky's got more pace at the moment, and Wacky is on softs compared to Graphics' mediums, so yes, he definitely should have more pace to the end of the race. Going on the softer tyre, and Staffy should have a chance of catching up to Graphics, because he's also on the softer tyre. Gary there going side by side with Surfer into the first part of the double chicanes. He gets the job done, so Gary's next target is his teammate Phil. Everyone seems to be roughly with their teammates racing around. Brucey is in 12th and Finnick James is in 13th. So what's James done? He seems to have another incident. Works his way right back up again, and missed that. What happened to James this lap? We've got down to 11th. Well, he was in 11th anyway, wasn't he? And the car just kicked to the right. I think there's much James could have done there to catch it. Just gets back on track at the way of Brucey. Let's jump back to where we were. So James back down into 13th position. Golden Brownie there, clearly not enjoying himself, running 140s. Last lap of 146, so yeah, not enjoying himself there. And Infinity Graphics seems to be parking it. Oh, he's parked it on the exit. Oh, once again, Graphics, absolutely fantastic crashing. You know how to crash, that's for sure. But that's not going to be any good. Just let your teammate pass on the last lap, and now putting it into the wall, coming out of the second corner. That's why Dirty Tyres didn't want to get in the way of James coming into that corner, but it did seem to upset James because he ended up in the gravel. So these two will now run around together. Brandon's not going to gain anything from them. These two are having a right old ding-ding on catching how much gravel they can get in their front splitter. Probably not what they want them to be happening. James picked up some damage from that as well, so it has promoted Brucey up 2 positions. He was in 13th for quite a while of this second stint of tyres, and now he's up to 11th. Is there any more that he can gain from other people's mistakes? We shall find out. Seems to be everyone's spaced out now because they were all fairly close. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But Pirate Jim's gap, let's have a look for the next 50 seconds to see how far he is ahead of Wiz. It seems to have come down looking back on the map. Yeah, it's 5 seconds, it was 9, so Wiz is definitely setting 37s, second quicker at the moment than Pirate Jim. So what have we got? We've got 8.5 minutes. I think we've got about another 4, maybe 5 laps. Yeah, 5 laps of racing left, and about 5 seconds between them. So this is going to be fairly close to the line. If Pirate Jim can hold off Wiz, which after the first race dominance, you wouldn't think anyone would ever touch Pirate Jim, but it seems like Wiz has been able to get his strategy right at the moment. So 38.2, 37.7, so not gained. Okay, gained half a second that lap. But that would just mean that Pirate Jim will be potentially looking on his mirrors a little bit more and potentially make a little mistake here or there. And let Wiz gain some more time on him. Mark Schumacher there in third, keeping the distance to Ice behind him. Not really been too much between them. 39s, kind of, yeah, both running in the 39s, the high 38 there from the last lap round. So yeah, they're all running fairly similar lap times, these two. Scott seems to be pulling Wacky Racer along with him. Seems like they are catching up to Ice and Mark. Don't know if they're going to have enough time of the race to do anything about it. I feel they're running around a little bit lonely there in 7th. But I've just noticed he has set the fastest lap of the race of 37.294. I think it's about 10th and a half quicker than Wiz's fastest lap, so extra points going to Phil at the moment. Let's see if anyone else can beat that time. Obviously it's going to be a lot harder later on in the race. It's low fuel, but your tyre wear is going to be higher, so earlier you can do it on a nice fresh set of softs, the better. Or you can save your softs for a decent lap when you've got low fuel. Staffy's dropped back 10 seconds on the last lap, so another obviously incident around the track. But Brucey in 11th. Golden's got up to 12th position, so he was running around in the back for the majority of the race, to be fair. Now up to 12th, given some light. James has come in for a fresh set of softs. Is he going for the fastest lap of the race? Warming him up, coming through the chicane by sliding him across the track. It looks like Graphics has done the same with coming into the pit. It looks like he came in a lap earlier, going by the lap time. So we'll have a look on the timing screens in a minute and 37 seconds time to see if James can set a fast lap, or purple lap, let's say. There's Pilot Jim. He's got 1:30, see how far he is ahead. It's like 3.5-4 seconds between them, so this is going to be touch and go. Can whiz, he can definitely see Pilot Jim ahead, and Pilot Jim. And you see them white lights bearing down on him. Down the start finish straight into turn 1. And with about 3 seconds between them, maybe less. About 3 seconds, so with about 3 laps to go, will Wiz have enough tyres when he gets there to do anything about it? Because he's burnt through compared to Pirate Jim. I know Pirate Jim's on the mediums. If you look at Wiz's tyre wear on them softs, there's not really much left at the end of the race. Pull away? No, we don't pull away from ice, but Scott and Wacky are on a charge. Scott's to set his fastest lap of 37.9 to now running 39s. These two in front, so that's over a second of that. Will Scott be able to do both of them before the end of the race? Going a bit deep there. He's really pushing that Supra to the maximum grip levels you can get. It takes us one little mistake, especially through there. No, he gets through those nice and cleanly. So yeah, the softs are definitely working well for that Supra. Catching up to 2 boys in front, both running on mediums. Can't go any faster than a 39. And Mark's fuel light has come on, so he's got 2 laps of fuel left for the race. Is that going to stop him from keeping 3rd position? We shall see. And I completely missed it on the last lap, but Infinity James has gone purple, so he has now got the fastest lap of the race. But these 2 seconds between them. It's going to be very close. I'll keep one eye on the map to see if Wiz can get any closer in the last 2 minutes of the race. I think Scott might have burnt his tyres up here, or doesn't seem to be catching on ice as much this lap. But Wacky Race is definitely there, sniffing an opportunity for 5th place, potentially even 4th. But Scott's fuel lights just come on as well, so they're all getting fairly low on fuel. Ooh, Gary's fuel lights very low. Is he going to have enough fuel to make it to the end? He's still got another lap to go after this, so he's going to be tight. I think he has noticed that he was low on fuel. Wasn't in the surf. Oh, he smashes into the wall and gets in the way of Staffy. Not much that Staffy could have done there. Oh, please ghost, thank you. So Gary probably looking at his fuel thinking, am I going to make it, am I not, and messes up the chicane on lap 23. Everyone's fuel light's coming on. James actually set his lap time and now he's probably just going to try and save enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. I don't think he will make it. He should make it for another lap. I'm showing the graphics. That's down in 14. But these two, I don't think they're going to have enough time to make it to the end of the lap to start another one, so they will do 24 laps. Oh, Wiz smashes into the wall. Really trying to push. You can see the tyre wear on his front left is down to about 10 or so percent, 10-15% left. But he did try and go for the win. But for the second time of asking, Pirate Jim wins the feature race after winning the sprint race. Wiz comes home in second position. An absolute cluster of drivers. And who's going to come home in third? It's going to be Ice in third, Wacky in fourth, Scott in fifth. I think Mark's run out of fuel. He has. Quickly along at 50 miles an hour. Comes home in sixth position. Surfer in seventh position. Decent result from Surfer, starting from 11th. Got up quite early and just stayed there for the rest of the race. Phil comes home in 8th. Brucey and Staffy having a battle to the line. Looks like Brucey's made up 2 more positions since I last checked. He will come home in 9th, Staffy in 10th. Got a little while to wait yet till Golden Brownie comes home. Should just have enough fuel. And looks like Infinity James has potentially run out of fuel. But Golden Brownie comes home in 11th. Infinity Graphics comes home in 12th. Infinity James comes home in 13th. No, he did have enough fuel to make it to the end. It was Gary. I knew I could see someone going slowly. It's Gary that ran out of fuel on the last lap. He will finish in 14th position. If you have liked this stream and want to see more, obviously please smash the like button. Obviously subscribe to the channel and obviously click the bell icon and you'll get notifications of when I next go live. It will probably be on Monday at some point to cover the third round of the MEC. But as Gary comes across the line, that'll be me for the night, and I shall see you all on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.